All right, let's talk comics. Hey, baby, I like it like that. I like it like that. I don't know why I sing that song every flipping time. I like it like that. All right, everybody. I want to thank everybody for coming here. I also want to give a little preface, a little prologue, if you will, to this whole thing. Oh, snap. I was on Frederick Guimont, his show last night called Proof of Comics. And I was showing off books that I got, not this week, but last week, obviously today being Free Comic Book Day. Not Free Comic Book Day. I wish they were free. Anyways, so I showed one that I got called Iron Coffin or shit. I can't remember the name of it now, but it's done by I guess it's a horror imprint from IDW. And I held it up and somebody was like, "Oh, I usually stick with indies." And I was like, "Well, this is IDW, that's an indie. They're indie." And then that kind of stirred up a whole thing. Not, I mean, it wasn't an argument or anything, but I thought, like, well, anyways, enough of that. Let's get the folks on here who are here. First, let's introduce my Sunday partner in crime, Cody.
What's cooking? Good looking. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you, sir?
Oh, not too shabby. Not too shabby. A little cooked from the heat today, but is what it is.
Where what was it where you're at?
Hold on. Because you guys do the Fahrenheit thing, don't you?
Right.
30 Celsius to Fahrenheit, 37, 98.6. Oh no, is that hot? Is that hot?
It's hot. 98 degrees. Yeah. It was 105 here in Texas, but
Okay, so we're 5 lower in Texas. I'll take it. I was outside in it like all day today too. It was awful.
Let's thank you for joining me. By the way, I know this is very last minute and impromptu. Let's welcome the next person to the stage here. Oh yeah, Fabrizio Aiello, the man.
What's going on?
Who created my favorite book this year, Horace H. Vacuum Head Hoover. Yeah. Sorry.
You and 2 other people, but hey.
Baloney. I was there. I saw it happen.
It was, by the way, it was 68 degrees in my place.
Oh, that'd have been nice.
Like my AC, AC runs 24/7.
That's pretty good.
Jealous of that.
Fabrizio, thank you so much for coming on. Everything going well with you, sir?
Yeah, not bad. It's Wednesday.
Halfway through the week.
Over that hump.
It's evening. It's East Coast, so it's creeping up into the evening time. But
yeah, I know it's a little late for you. I appreciate you. Now let's welcome our next guest. Gons Billy! Hey! What's up, my friend?
How you doing?
Thank you so much for coming on.
Well, thank you for the invitation.
You have some kind of voice modulator on or something?
Is it sounding weird? Because it's supposed to be going through through the nice microphone.
It's sounding very weird.
All right, hang on. Let me see if I can fix it.
All right. All right. Well, I am very interested to hear what everybody's take is on this, on what defines an independent comic. I guess I have a very broad idea of what an independent comic is, in my opinion. Essentially, an independent comic is anything that is not published via the main two, Marvel and DC. I consider Dark Horse indie, et cetera, et cetera. And then I was talking with Frederick. Frederick was like he said, yeah, they have they're a studio, right? They're not independent because they're a studio. And I said, well, by that litmus test, I'm not independent because I'm a studio and I hire people. I'm just a writer. I can't draw. You can't draw shit. So I got to hire artists, colorists, letterers, cover artists, etc., etc. So by that litmus test, I am mainstream comics.
That's the first thing I think of when I think of you.
Bootleg in the mainstream.
I'll work on that.
The big three: DC, Marvel, and Chris.
Yeah. Yeah,
I mean,
he'll
you
get
guys
there
think-
when they Dark Horse.
No, what's that? Dark Horse? What?
Oh no, I was saying no. Dark Horse will get to your level one day, Chris. They'll get
Oh
there.
yeah. God
They're
help.
cleaning house at Dark Horse anyway. Who knows what's going to happen with them?
Hey, we got another guest. Welcome, if you will, Crenshaw. Crenshaw has joined the
Crenshaw.
show.
Hello, y'all.
What's going
One of the
on?
nicest guys in the interwebs you'll ever meet.
Yeah, I'm the international nice guy, face for nice guys. So it's mostly in the cheeks is where I get that from.
His voiceover stuff is fantastic. He does these little like commercial/trailers, and they're absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, they're great.
Fantastic.
So we're just going around the horn here. I don't know if you heard the opening of what kind of started this whole topic for me. Anyways, I was on Frederick Guimont, his show last night. I wasn't on Frederick Guimont. I was on his show, and the topic came up of who really is an independent comic publisher, and what kind of defines that. So I thought it would make a really interesting topic. I invited a shit ton of. Oh hell! Oh yeah!
What is
there
up?
he is.
Oh,
Speak of
How
the
you doing,
devil.
Chris?
Damn!
How's everybody
Yes. Oh, I'm so
How's it
excited!
going?
I've never had this many people on a live.
doing? I don't think I know anyone here before. I only know you, Chris. Hello,
Who
everyone.
are all these people?
hail, Frederick.
How you doing?
What's going on?
What's
Okay,
happening?
everybody knows everybody here. Yes.
No, I don't know anybody.
You don't
I
know
know-
anybody?
I know you.
Cody
I've
is
only been on
subjugate.
panel with Fabrizio.
No.
I know these two.
Wait.
I've seen him on streams. I've seen these two last week for the first time.
The
On
Brady
this
Bunch thing is
hangout.
hard to sell.
I was just thinking there's a creator, had a bunch of friends, and they started a live show on their own, and they talked about indie comics. That's
So,
all,
hey,
that's
Chris,
all I
what
got.
do you think about-
Do you guys remember the Hollywood Squares where they would do tic-tac-toe with
Yes.
celebrities?
Yeah.
Can you do
Yep.
this on StreamYards? Can you like fucking do tic-tac-toe? I mean, I don't
get
know.
3 more.
Maybe I regret saying that already.
I can't figure it out. I'm too a boomer. But Gons, I can't hear you, brother.
Shit.
Yeah, I heard
Your
that.
volume's really low.
He's got such a big mic too.
Oh, never mind that. Hang on. Oh, it could be a levels thing, but it's.
Yeah,
up
I
at-
think it's just input.
I mean, it's up where it's always been. How about now?
It's low and tin canny.
Yeah.
How about now?
It's better, but still pretty low. It's low. How low can you go? I don't know. It's crazy. He's got a mic.
We need more cowbell.
Cowbell.
I got a disease, and the only cure is more cowbell.
Use the whole studio if you need it.
So Cody is Subjugate Comics. I'm sure you've seen him.
Oh, of course.
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
Yeah. I
Yes.
recognize the Subjugate. He's
Yeah,
in
I'm,
my chats from time to time, and the Commandos as
sirree.
well, and here and there. Nice to see you.
Yeah, I can. There you go. There we go. That's a little more.
Ah,
familiar,
recognize your
right?
face now.
Yeah, there we go.
Fabrizio Aiello is a creator. Did work for what's his nuts, the guy who said he was
Alterna.
closing up shop with the newspaper
Pete,
print.
yeah.
Oh, Pete Samedi. Yeah.
Yeah,
Pete,
he worked on Altuna. Is that it?
Alterna.
Alterna.
Yeah, Pete
did some
actually
work for him.
printed my comic Rattel that's coming out next week.
Oh, nice.
Plug.
And he does his own. He creates on his own now. His book Horace H. Hoover, my favorite of the year thus far, and I mean
Thank you.
in all sincerity. Then we have Young Crenshaw. I'm sure you've seen him in the chats. You're familiar with Crenshaw. And then Gons Paoli. He's kind of an outlier. He's another creator. And he's working on a manga style book about it's kind of inspired by what was that video game with the robot boy? Robo Boy?
Astro Boy.
Astro Boy, there you go. It's inspired by that. And
Anybody hear me?
I grew up with Astro
Really
Boy.
quiet. Really
All right,
quiet,
well-
Gons.
Maybe I'll just shout my parts. If I just speak up, that might actually just put a Band-Aid on it. Is that any better at all? Like if I like really just-
No, you're
just
really
gonna
coming in
spin myself?
really low.
Yeah, it's pretty.
I'm gonna switch strategies. You talk amongst yourselves.
the Clamp.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay. So that's everybody we got here. And I am pleased as punch, excuse me, to have everybody here with me. Frederick, you're kind of the catalyst of this
Oh
whole subject.
shit! I'm sorry.
From last night's Proof of Comics, which, guys, if you haven't seen that show, you've got to check it out. It really is a great show. It kind of runs the gamut on topics as far as comics. They'll have a guest. Like last night, they didn't have a guest, so it was just kind of whatever comes up.
Just
And,
banter. What happened in the week?
yeah.
But, comics topics, video game topics, writing topics. A lot of my co-hosts are writers, so that tends to always kind of come into the mix.
and they're entertaining.
Pesky writers.
I know, right?
know?
Like as artists, we don't even need them. We should band together and just get rid of them once and for all. I'm just
Gatekeep the
kidding. I'm
writers.
kidding. I have a high respect for writers. I'm just kidding, Chris. It's hard as fuck to write a good story, and I appreciate that.
Kudos. So, if you recall, I don't know if you do or not, I showed the comic books I bought last week, and then we questioned somebody mentioned IDW not being indie, and I was like, what? Yes, they are, and even Dark Horse and whatnot. So, I thought that was a really good topic, and I could have gone forever on that subject with you last night, but I didn't want to hijack your show.
No, you couldn't, Chris. You had to get off the show.
I had to dump.
You had things to do.
I had to dump
Better
and spend
places
some
to be.
family
But I'm
time.
glad you're doing this show tonight so we can settle it once and for all.
Gloves off.
So,
It'll be over.
who wants to go first? What do they consider an indie comic?
I'll go first. So first of all, I do consider Dark Horse mainstream. Like, to me, and obviously we can do surface level. If it's not Marvel and DC, it's indie. But man, I was thinking about this, and like, let's take a theoretical example. Frank Miller tomorrow publishes his own book. It's not under Marvel. It's not under DC or Dark Horse. Is that indie? Like, would we consider that to be an indie book?
I mean, if he has to take care of the printing and the shipping and everything, I guess it would. Like, he'd take on the whole of the task. So I think indie's beyond whether you're famous or you're bringing, like, a whole fan base. I think it's how much of the workload you're doing yourself. But I may be wrong. I don't know. What are your guys?
And how much of it do you own
Like-
too?
I think of it, and this is just like a music thing. Like, to me, like, you have the punk sensibility, right? So you're recording your own music, you're doing flyers, like that sort of punk attitude is kind of how I think of indie. So that's why I'm like, I don't think it's as simple as just a label or a publisher. It's like it's just, I don't want to say an attitude because that's kind of dumb too, but there is an aspect of that. Like, you know, Frank Miller, would we call that an indie book? I mean, is Mark Millar, before he sold the Dark Horse, were those independent? I mean, it seems kind of ludicrous to say that, you know, just because they're not Marvel and DC. So I don't know what the definition is, but I kind of feel like it's a little more in depth than just sort of like, okay, if it's not Marvel and DC, it's, you know, it's indie.
I think Frank Miller absolutely would be considered an indie book.
I mean, by definition,
he's going to, you know, have to work out distribution deals and all that himself. He's not going to.
Yeah, but he's like so well known that like it's going to be easy for him to source all of that. There's going to be people knocking at his door, lining up to source that, you know, and to answer that calling.
Right.
And can you guys hear me by now? By the way, before I
That's
start.
better.
Yeah.
Okay. I
Like
mean, I had to go.
The darker the light is, the better we hear you.
Oh, well, in that case, yeah. How's that?
There you go.
I think it might be a matter of sliding scales too, because I think of the word indie and I think of someone who's independent in the sense that you have to do everything yourself. Now that doesn't mean that you're not going to hire a company that prints books. You're not gonna go out and get a printing press at your house, right? But someone like Frank Miller is absolutely going to hire someone to print the books, even if it's not a publishing company. It's going to be somebody. And I agree with you guys. Like I don't think I would consider it independent just because he doesn't do it with one of the big names. I think it's more of a departure from a big name, because like Dark Horse is a big name. Image is a big name. Is it though?
Yeah.
Well, we all know about it, and most.
Well, I mean, everybody in this room does. If you go and ask some geek off the street, they're probably never even know what that is.
I think most people would have heard of it.
Yeah.
And to be fair, if you ask most people on the street, they wouldn't know Marvel from DC from a hole in the ground. So
maybe not Marvel from DC, but they will say yes. DC.
Yeah, they've
DC
heard of
is
either of
So
them.
there's a few things I don't know about Dark Horse. Maybe you guys can clue me in. But like when you work for Dark Horse, are you coming in as a creative team? Are you writing your own stuff, inking, penciling, or is Dark Horse kind of like filling that gap? Because I know Dark Horse is going to be like marketing your stuff. So at the very least, you got someone backing your marketing. You got someone taking care of the printing, even though they're not printing it, they're dealing with the printer. And they've got like a kind of a corporate hierarchy. They got, it sounds stupid, but they got insurance, they got everything to buffer the creative team down. I think that's a big aspect to it as well. Like if you got a corporation backing you, because I think Dark Horse is creators that come in with like a lot of creative liberty, and I don't think that's the same as being indie, because indie creators have a lot of liberty because they're doing everything, but I don't think just creative liberty is equal to being indie in my
what about corporate money then? What do you think about corporate money, Frederick?
I think it's great. I would love corporate money.
Give me some of that.
I mean, like if you have to pay, I guess like part of the definition could be having to pay for the production out of your own pocket, right? Like if Frank Miller decides to to publish his own book, maybe he does it out of it like without any label for whatever reason. And if he does it out of his own pocket, then that's kind of something that kind of tips him towards the indie.
Yeah, but you can even like bypass it now with crowdfunding. Like if Frank Miller wants to do something quote unquote indie, he starts a crowdfunding tomorrow. He passes the $3 million mark. Like I'm sure.
And there are guys like that, like Ethan and Shane and John, and people who've made a name for themselves in mainstream. I mean, they're definitely indie now. Now I think this is my opinion, right? And I'm not saying I'm right or you're wrong, but Frederick, you're wrong. You're kind of straddling the line between
fact check false.
Sounds to me you're straddling between the line between independent and self-published. I mean, those are two different animals.
Are they?
And as a matter of fact, I did this was back when I was doing Some Big Lumberjack back in 2003 to 2006 or 7 or whatever. We did a show in Oklahoma called SoonerCon. And part of the agreement was we had to be on a panel about self-publishing, which I was all about. And so me and the guy I worked on the book with, we're up there, we're doing our spiel, we're talking about it, and this gal, and it was all types of media. So there was like people who were like self-published. They self-published their own fiction books, sci-fi books, and stuff like that. So this broad interrupts me in the middle of my speech and says, "Oh, well, you're not a self-publisher." And I was like, "What?" Because that's right. Because I mentioned the artist we hired. We had to hire an artist. She goes, "Oh, well, you're not a self-publisher then." I was like, "What?" She's like, "Yeah, you're not self-publishing. You're a company. You're hiring people to do work for you." And I was like, "Well,
No.
we're doing it all ourselves."
Not really.
Like interrupted my whole presentation to say that,
And while she's
So-
making
so
her own
is she
comic,
right?
is she growing her own food or paying people to like make her sandwiches and stuff?
but the
Yeah.
question is she right? Like
I
No,
don't think so.
no, she's not.
No, I wouldn't.
No, she's not.
That would then raise the question: are all self-publishers indie, but not all indie creators self-publishers?
I was gonna say that. Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. That's
Well, I
because
mean-
that sounds like what we're saying here.
Isn't publishing and printing two different things though? Like
No.
printing's an act of like putting the files on paper with ink, right? But like publishing is like is the act of putting it out there.
Yeah, distribution. Like, so, yeah, all indie comic people are publishers. Yeah, I mean, you have to be. If not,
Yeah.
like,
Right.
yeah, that's. But I don't really think that's I think it's a needless distinction.
A big part of it for me is also having to do like you said, Fabricio, like the marketing and distribution yourself. If you're doing the marketing and distribution yourself, that's another check and that's another tick, a box ticked for considering yourself independent because you're doing it yourself. If you're signing with someone, they take care of that for you, and you just make the comic.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what
Yeah.
about Image?
Well, Image takes care
You
of the
pay them.
marketing, but you
Yeah.
well, you pay them. Yeah, you do pay them because if you don't sell like 5K, you're not seeing a dime of what you got. You got to actually be putting out books to stay in Image.
So are they an independent publisher or are they mainstream?
I think they're mainstream.
I mean, I don't.
They
Yeah.
just have an open door. Like they're basically the first step to get into comics is lower with Image because you can come in. You don't need to get hired. You just need to bring. Well, I mean, it's almost harder to bring a good project with an art team and all that because Image is not super accessible to everybody either, right? Because you're going to be filtered.
They get
by-
screened out. Yeah. Or
Yeah, you
they
get
screen
screened
people
out by
yeah.
talent naturally. Like, are you going to make a good book? But there's also like whatever's trendy or whatever like prejudices the person is going to have at the same time. So
So how, I guess, how small does a publishing company have to be before the people creating for it stop being independent? So Fabrizio, when he was working on Alterna stuff, was he still independent or did he move into a different category?
Yeah, the only difference was literally mailing the books out, you know. So I think it depends how if it's big like Image, then it's a distinction. But if it's a small publishing company or self-publishing, I think it just merges all into one big thing.
Maybe it's a spectrum.
Identity.
I think that's probably the best answer right there. Spectrum.
So you think to be indie, you have to be on the spectrum? I agree with that.
That's
Definitely.
basically it.
I mean,
yeah.
it makes sense.
You gotta
That makes sense. I think we
you gotta have
settled it.
some level of crazy to be doing this.
Definitely a glutton for punishment.
I mean,
Cody,
is Todd
you got
McFarlane
anything to add?
independent? You know, Todd has got his own thing going.
I was gonna say it almost seems like it's like a level of percentage of how much work you put into the final product seems to be is what depending on is it indie or not, right? Like if you're
But that biases writers, right? Because the writers are going to have a smaller percentage than artist creators.
Only if the artist is also the writer.
So but artists are going to be more independent than writers if they write their own thing.
fair, yeah.
which
Yeah,
the
but-
writers, they're not less independent because they're actually paying the artists, so they have to work hard and get their money somewhere and pay the artists. So
And then pay the
they're still independent because they have no source above them, but they have the expense of the artist too.
Yeah, like
So-
if we
Go
think
ahead.
of specific books, if like we throw out books, the first thing comes to mind. Do you think indie or mainstream? If I say Hellboy, does anybody think independent? Like it's such a huge thing. Sin City, like so to me, an Image, all right, Spawn or whatever Image. I don't know any current Image titles, so I can't really say.
Say Spawn. Just say Spawn. Walking Dead.
Any of the
Right.
Geiger or those are all out.
Savage Dragon.
So, yeah, right. Yeah, in my head, at least to me, but we are comic book nerds, so maybe there's a bias for sure. But I'm like, to me, Savage Dragon's like huge, right? It'd be like,
I don't think so. I don't think Savage Dragon is huge at all.
Well, he's huge in terms of like there's a lot of issues that Savage Dragon is an interesting case. Fabrizio, it's like first of all, Eric Larson started doing Savage Dragon like on photocopies as a kid, so like he started like really as indie as you can.
That's indie.
Then he got a job at Marvel. He did the paid work stuff. Then he went and founded Image, so he's actually one of the founding members, and got back to his indie work. So he's back doing Savage Dragon. So is he indie as one of the founding members of Image? It's a group of creators, but the group is putting in all the work together. They've got help with a company to do the distribution and the printing and all that. But as a creative team, they're doing almost the same. They're going in with the same attitude again as an indie creator, right? They're doing what they want. They're not putting restrictions on their stuff. They're doing their own ideas, and they're going out there. But
I think the fact that it's your own story is another one of those checks that you have to put on the list. You know, one of the check marks
amount of-
that can
the
put
amount of
you
freedom
on
you
the
have.
exactly. Like if it's your story, then it's another vote in favor of saying or thinking of this story as independent. But of course, you know, even though, but you don't think of The Walking Dead as independent. So there are other factors, but I think definitely one of them is the fact that it's your own story. Because you go write a Spider-Man story, nobody's going to say that's independent. Obviously, that's mainstream. But so is Spawn. So is Walking Dead. So are a lot of other
the thing with Walking
Hellboy.
Dead and Spawn, though, is that the creators own the rights to their characters. So if you go work on Spider-Man, you're not going to own Spider-Man. It belongs to Marvel.
So
regardless.
if an indie becomes really popular and really successful, it's no longer an indie.
I mean, if millions of people are reading you, and it's really easy to just up and run a Kickstarter and like fund it in minutes, I think that's a big factor to say
Really?
because you're not really doing it by yourself. You have the support of millions of people.
I don't think that's what independent means, though. I mean, I think you're just successful independent if you can do a Kickstarter like that and earn money and your life's good, and you can do what you
agree.
want.
I agree. Yeah.
You're still independent from constraint from above. You don't have like a corporate board over you telling you what you can and can't do, and you can always hire out like the printer, the distributor, even the advertising if you don't want to do it yourself. But I think you're still at this point. Are you not independent if you're taking on all the risk? I think that's a big part of it, right? Is taking the risk on is being
Yeah,
independent.
I agree. Somebody said this earlier. I can't remember who it was, but one of you guys said this about corporate backing. Like,
That was me.
I
Corporate
think
money.
anytime you have any corporate backing, that cuts it. And I know Dark Horse didn't. I don't think until recently when the dude sold it. Right, the guy who was running it sold it. Is that right? I don't know about Image. I don't know
I think
how
he got
Image is
fired.
structured.
Right, Dark
Yeah.
Horse, he got laid off.
Right, he sold it and then they fired him. But and I don't know how Image is structured. I don't know if they're owned by a corporation now or what. I'm not entirely sure. But a good example. We'll go back to the example from last night was IDW. So I consider IDW to be independent. Now, honestly, I don't know how they're structured. They may be owned by a corporation. I honestly don't know. But I know Frederick, you made the point about they own licenses. They own licenses for different properties, and does
Yeah.
that make them independent or not?
I think you can take on other people's licenses and be independent.
Could you license your product out and still be independent?
Well, your product would not be independent if it's
Right.
licensed out.
Would
Yeah.
yeah.
And then
Yeah, I
you have
guess.
the anomaly of Eastman and Laird, who did sell a bunch of their rights, but said we want to keep the rights to the comic completely. to
That was a
ourselves.
smart move, man. That was a smart footnote.
So their comics went on to be published by Image and bigger companies and stuff, but they continue to, I think, keep that independent feel and work ethic, I guess, whatever you want to call it.
Well, they maintain creative control over
Yeah.
the license in that specific realm of comics.
Okay, and would you guys consider Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to be an independent comic book
Absolutely.
For
Yeah.
sure.
or an independent IP? I mean, we've seen multiple.
Well, we're going out
movies,
of comics.
video
If you
games.
go out of comics, I think it changes
Yeah.
the rules a lot because they sold the rights off. But if we stay in comics, I think the Turtles are independent.
Yeah, so if it is creative control, right? That's an easy thing to check. But you can have carte blanche at a mainstream publisher too. I guarantee you, if Frank Miller wanted to do something outside of Holy Terror that went too far for the publisher, he could do what he wanted. So it can't just be creative control, because there's been a lot of creators over the years that have taken that control and really produced something that looks like it's outside the mainstream, but it's not.
Right, because even if you have creative control, you're not taking on the risk. So if your book fails, you're still getting paid your page rate. You're getting paid whatever percentage you were due.
That's back end.
But if you succeed, you don't necessarily get a percentage of the success either.
Let's look at it from a wider lens than just the creator, because again, speaking for myself, I'm marketing what I do and what I'm offering out there as Bootlegger Comics, part of Bootlegger Entertainment, right? So I hire artists, etc. Eventually, God willing, if this thing ever strikes, right? I would be up for, hiring other writers and stuff to work on things. So let's say I'm able to do that. Now, of course, I wouldn't be like uber super successful or anything, but enough to keep things going and enough to bring other people on to release other titles and whatnot. Am I still independent, or am I?
You would slowly, I think that you would slowly get yourself away from the independent category label name and slowly more into company backed corporate money kind of.
You'd be hitting the gray zone
vibe.
for sure.
But you would be yeah, I agree with Cody. You would be hitting you would be moving a lot of sliding scales that would slowly push you up towards not independent.
I'm not sure I agree with that. I want to push back on that, because you can be independent and still hire a lot of underlings. Sounds bad.
But fun.
Who cares? Yeah.
But you guys know what I mean. I'm thinking of
Yeah.
a real world example is
You could have said peons, that
would have been the worst. But for example, a real life example I think of is Shane Davis, right? He's got his own, he's crowdfunding his own books. He's a successful independent, and then he's hiring Anthony Gonzalez and other artists to do some books for him. So Anthony and other creators are not independent within that system, but Shane is the independent creator at the head of the company. So, I think Shane is still an independent creator, but his employees are not independent. They still
Independent.
work for hire in that situation.
Right.
only
So
when your company
would
goes
Nine
public.
Lives Comics be considered an indie imprint?
I think so. I think
think
it's
so, too.
creator owned,
Yeah.
built it from the ground up as someone who's actually making the product, doing the marketing on streams, on Twitter, very present, doing the whole frickin' shebang. So I would think so.
Yeah.
Now, at what point would you consider Shane to be non-independent?
Well, if he like started taking on partners and splitting the company up, like turning it into a corporation, having
And you get a board,
of
like a
directors.
board of directors.
So
or
when he
whatever.
doesn't take any risk, when he doesn't have as much of the decision power over the company, I think is when it goes away from being
Stops being-
independent.
When you hire an HR, I think that's pretty much.
That's when it all goes to hell.
Yeah.
When you
the
start
beginning of the
hiring
end right there.
blue-haired land whales, you've got
Beginning of the end.
Oh, you're cooked at that point. There's no turning back from that.
If I make enough money, I'm not getting HR. I'm getting a butler first. That's the first
Yeah.
thing you'll see.
There you go.
and then a cave,
Yeah.
and then a cool car.
Well, you can get a cave for free, Chris.
Yeah, true.
You just gotta learn to
pickaxe.
look. You gotta know where to look.
Oh, this is
But,
really interesting. This it's a pretty nuanced topic. You know, like a point was made about sliding scales. I think that's absolutely right.
But I like the way I like the direction that our kind of agreed upon definition is headed, in the sense that you can be very successful and still be independent as long as it's like you're in control of the thing, and you take on the responsibility and the risk for the
Yeah,
creation.
yeah.
So if it goes bad, it's out of your pocket. You can have 10 million in your pocket, but it's your pocket. Once it becomes like a board of directors kind of thing, and you have HR, you have an HR department, then it becomes like it's not just your decision anymore, and it's not just your money anymore. So as long as it's all your decision, all your risk, and all your money, even if that money is like Frank Miller money, then it's still technically independent.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad we settled this, boys. Once and for all.
No
All right,
shit.
bye guys.
No one will have to talk
So
about
let it
this
be done.
subject ever
Bang the
again.
gavel.
Update the Oxford English Dictionary and we're good.
Yeah. Call Webster.
Spread the good word. Link to this video. We've turned
I
a
don't know.
page finally.
We solved it. We solved it.
Well, it was cool though, man. It's cool. I like talking about the business, you know, especially at least from what I know of it. You know, Shane does a lot of like videos with inside baseball on the industry and stuff like that. And I've always found it quite fascinating. And when the subject came up yesterday, I thought it was very interesting as to what
I've got a
really
curveball
makes-
for you, Chris, though.
Uh-oh.
Is it independent if your wife's telling you what to do?
I can't imagine that scenario, so I can't help with this question.
I can't.
Everyone's
either.
like, yeah, turn off the cameras.
Close, friend.
I need my lawyer present.
My wife thinks it's all a joke, so she just indulges me. So I don't have a good answer for that one. What do you think, Frederick Guimont?
I don't know. I don't have a wife, so I can't speak for that.
Well,
I have a
you
wife, and I
married guys in
also
here? Am I
can't
the
speak
only
to
one?
that.
Oh, no, Craigshaw's married.
Agreed.
I have a wife, so I
definitely-
can't speak.
I will say it's still definitely an indie comic if every day you're like, why the hell am I doing this? Okay. And you have to remind yourself because it's so much work and it's like this endless
Yeah.
loop.
Does that ever change though? I don't think like even the most successful company backed creators are ever gonna be like, yeah, I did it, I'm done, I'm good.
Yeah, I was going
I
to
don't
ask
think
that
that is the
next.
thing.
Like,
Well,
do you think you get to a point where you think, oh, I made it?
I don't think so. I mean, you can reach milestones that give you like that adrenaline rush, but you're always going to be seeking to be relevant because some new kid is going to come over like and beat you and beat your high score, and no one's going to talk about you that week, and you're going to be, I need to be relevant again. Let me like think of a hot new topic or story or comic I can make that'll get me back in the spotlight. Because even if you have success, there's only one king on the mountain and at a time, right? So you got to push off the current king, and when you're the king, everyone wants to throw you off. And I say that, in a fun, competitive comic book way of doing it. Actually, maybe it's not that.
You're
fun.
on X, too, aren't you? I mean,
Yeah, I
you
know it's
better
pretty
than that.
vicious.
Speaking of not that fun,
Right. So I think you're never there. I mean, you may have some milestones and some goals where you celebrate and you feel good, you feel like you reached your goal, but you quickly adjust to room temperature and are going to seek a higher goal, even if that higher goal is just staying on top and remaining relevant. And no one can do that forever, right? I mean, I know Todd has the highest running independent comic book world record with Spawn, right? Because he's the creator, writer, creative team behind it, and he holds the world record. So we got at least one reference officially to what an independent creator is. But is he always number one? No. Is he always the most relevant? No. Like, how many times? When's the last time you guys bought a Spawn issue, right? So, like, the goalpost keeps moving, and I think you have to compete with yourself and not compete with some abstract, being the best or whatever.
I mean, creators, we have all one thing in common, and that's like 10 projects already lined up in our heads.
Yeah.
Notes
Yeah,
or, snippets of things. So
You guys only have 10?
Rookies.
Amateurs.
That's how I was gonna say. Amateur.
Oh shit, that's good.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I think we're at a point where we can wrap it up. I mean, unless somebody.
Yeah, we solved it.
cool.
Yeah, that kind of
murder.
wrapped up pretty quickly. I thought like this is something that could have gone on forever, but what do you know?
It's quick and easy problem, man. Like, keep bringing us these problems, Chris, and we'll keep solving them. We might, like,
If you got a
solve...
problem, I'll solve it. Check out Frederick Guimont.
Yo. And,
I got nothing.
In the
I got
future, if
nothing
this
after that.
if this topic comes up on X, this is the community note. Is this?
Yeah.
this should be a footnote in Wikipedia by now.
Just link this video.
The definitive answer has been made. So let it be written, so let it be done. All right, well, I'm going to go try to get some family time in. Man, I really appreciate everybody. Oh, you know what? Before we do that, let's
Take a
go
picture.
around the horn and what's everybody working on? So Cody, let's start with you. What do you got? What projects you got going on?
I just got my first book I'm working on, Augmented Betrayal.
Oh yeah.
We're at 15 pages. Just got my cover back. Or
That's
my
a good
line work for
title.
my
I like that.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked on it. I haven't figured out if it's going to be like the entire series is going to be called that, but yeah, I don't know. I'm still at that, but yeah.
Well, you
and
just
then-
bring the topic to this show, Cody, and we'll solve it, man, in half an hour.
Oh, there you
we'll-
go.
But yeah, and
We should all get like judge outfits and wigs.
little white things and gavels.
Yep.
I like that.
As long as we
Yeah.
don't bring women on, I think this is going to be fantastic. This is going to be...
Only to
girls
do
allowed.
jumping jacks.
we're all going to agree on the right solution that's logical and makes sense.
Well, the artwork is fantastic, Cody. Really love the artwork on your project.
Yeah, speaking of which, I actually just found out today my artist won the Inglorious Rex 3 fan art
Oh,
That's
wow.
cool.
Nice.
thing that was
Wow.
3 weeks ago.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Because he's going to be harder to fight for now.
Maybe I'll stop telling
Page
people
weight
that.
just
Actually. Ignore I said anything.
But congratulations, man. That's a
absolutely.
good...
It's cool.
that is awesome.
Yeah, I was pretty stoked on that.
All right, Fabrizio, what do you got going on, brother? What do you got cooking?
Issue 5 of Horace H. Hoover's thumbnails. No. I got all the thumbnails, layouts, and all that done. I haven't started penciling. I took a slight detour to build a game engine, which I'm wrapping up.
Creator mind.
So the game engine thing, I don't know. I'll probably put that out next year or something. I might even do a Horace H. Hoover game as one of the first games for the engine. So
If you need
Anyway.
a beta
Get you
tester.
back into gaming.
for sure. That's
Where
it.
can people find you?
Fabrizio Artist on X and somewhere on YouTube.
Okay,
One of
Cody,
those
I want
places.
you to have your chance there. Where can people find you, bud?
Oh, Subjugates Comics on YouTube and Subjugates Comic on X because they couldn't fit the S in there.
All right. Yeah, I had the same problem. Frederick Guimont.
Oui.
Tell.
Hello, everyone.
Do tell.
I have a comic called Retell, which is French for honey badger, but it's an English comic, and it's at Critical Blast as we speak. It's about ready to ship. I just need to send off my trading cards and stickers, and they'll be ready to go. And I already started on Rattel number 2, so pretty excited about that. It's a big milestone, big like turning of the page in this project. So check it out at rattelcomic.com. I'm character creator on Twitter, and Frédéric Guimont on the YouTubes with a show every Tuesday at 8 Eastern. Called
Great
Proof of
show.
Comics.
It is a great show. It's a good time, guys. Check it out. Thanks for coming on. Crenshaw, what do you got in the works, brother?
Gonna get back into streaming. I've taken about a month off just because it started with I was busy, and then I was like, then I got lazy. But but yeah, I'm gonna start reaching out to guests and stuff. And I just finished making another short review for I completely different. I went, where is it? Oh, here it is actually. I went a completely different route. Instead of doing an indie comic, I did Neil Adams' Skate Man this time around. So I'll be putting that out sometime, probably this weekend.
That's cool.
And then yeah, so Saturday nights is when I do my stream. I think I might do it this week, but the week after for sure.
And what's your channel called?
Oh, I have no idea. It's either Crenshaw or Once Was Cool. I have zero idea.
It's a really different. It's a different show. I really liked it. I was on it very early on. I think it was right after I launched or something like that, around there, and it was a really interesting take. He asked me about 5 songs, I think it was, that that influenced or that had a meaning to me. You know, that impacted my life in some way. And what a really great discussion. I mean, we went for, I think we went for like 2 hours or something. It was,
The kind of heart of my stream is getting viewers to get to know the things that creators like. So we talk movies, we talk comics, we talk music, and hopefully by the time the stream's done, a viewer will say, I like those things, or that's something I connect with. Therefore, I might enjoy this creator's work.
yeah.
So Fabrizio was on as well. We talked, what was the baseball movie?
It was The Replacements.
The Replacement, football. Yeah, that's what it was.
That movie.
But you know, if somebody happens to see Fabrizio like his comics and isn't sure of the tone, it's there's horror in it, but there's also this lightheartedness to it that they might get from, you know, watching him talk about the Replacements and stuff. So it's the hope is just to get that connection in there, you know. So
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of
Great
fun.
show. I really love it. Gons, we already went over where you can be found on YouTube.
Where can we find Crenshaw?
Unsure. Gons, my man, tell us, yell into your microphone and tell us what you've got
Yo.
going on.
Actually, I'm just gonna yell into my headset because
Oh,
I think it's the only
there you
thing
go.
Yeah,
It's the only thing that's working. Yeah, I'm working on my story Salvador, which is being produced simultaneously as a prose story, like a book, and manga at the same time. Obviously, art is expensive and it takes a long time to make, so I'm doing them both. I'm currently publishing it chapter by chapter on Substack, which you can find as Gons Paoli right there on Substack, and I'm actually about to put out part 2 of that first chapter that you saw, Chris, very, very soon. That's actually why I was in here. I was recording the audio for that, so that's coming out soon. It's a science fiction action thriller, and I'm very, very excited to be finally putting it out into the world.
Where can the people find you?
Just, you can just look for me on Substack as Gons Paoli, and you'll find me.
Excellent. I read the first chapter, the prose version. Very well written.
Thank you.
Very well written. I really enjoyed it. So, all right. Well, for me, I am Chris Peel, your humble host. Chris Peel, also known as Bootlegger Comics, Bootlegger Entertainment. I can be found across all social medias. Oh, look at the key cat. No? Son of a bitch.
She doesn't have any headphones on, Chris. She can't hear.
I'm
you.
on the.
Oh, well,
I'm on the
that's why he's not
Substacks.
responding.
Yeah, I'm on the Substacks. I followed Gons over there to the Substacks, trying to get something going over there. Obviously on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, X, all the socials. And I'm out there. I'm doing it. I got a show every Friday, The Creators Table. My guest this week is
Yeah.
writer and editor Carol Brown.
I wanted to ask you that yesterday before you left during the show, and I forgot, and I regret that. Sorry, Chris. I should have asked you that.
What's that?
What your show's going to be about this week? and who your guest will be.
Yeah, well, the Creators Table, it's all about the creative process. One thing I really find interesting is what lit the spark to get somebody to start creating, whether it's, drawing or painting or writing or music. You see a lot of similarities, but I'm also seeing some very different things. And I'm just personally just really fascinated by the creative mind. And that's kind of what we talk about. I had Dan Lawless on. Holy guacamole. That was very
a good one.
cool.
For real or AI Dan Laws?
Real.
Flawless Lawless. It was live and in color. Memorex.
Incredible.
No, it wasn't Memorex. That would be AI, right? Yeah, this week I've got Carol Brown on Friday, trying to get Billy Tucci,
Oh yeah.
Tooch Magooch. So we'll see what happens there. And of course, the Nostradamus Effect is still in the works. I've got a big announcement coming up for Bootlegger Comics here in about another month. And I'm writing prose. I'm trying my hand at prose. There is a Sword and Sorcery magazine that has an open submission for writers. And we just got a guest right as we're wrapping it up. But let's bring him to the stage. On stage one, it's Cole King. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Oh.
Do you have too many?
Too many.
You
Son
gotta
of a
kick somebody out. Kick
You can
somebody
kick
off
me
the
out.
island.
I don't want to kick anybody off.
You can kick me out.
I feel like a dick. Okay, we'll let Fabrizio go. He's got
Have a good
cool
one.
things to do.
See you
Have
guys.
a good night, Fabrizio.
Later,
Thanks for coming on.
Fabrizio.
Good seeing you.
Great guy, Fabrizio. Where is he? Here's Cole King. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Bow,
King.
bow.
Hey there. How's it going, guys?
Hey, Cole.
Good. How
up,
you doing,
Cole?
man?
Good. I actually came to talk to Fabrizio. Where'd he go?
Just left.
Wait, does that mean we can't do Hollywood Squares then? Because we need 9.
No,
we
we're-
need 3 more.
Yeah.
Maxed
I
by
have to-
6.
I
But
have to
Gons,
say,
I think you could go ahead and sing Bohemian Rhapsody. I think you got the right rating for that.
Yep.
Nice. That's a
Totally.
deep cut. I like that, Frederick. Sorry. Do you ever have anybody call you Fred? Freddie?
No one that's lived to tell.
Wow. Yes. Good thing I'm in Texas. So we're kind of wrapping the show up here, Cole King, unless anybody wants to stay and we can see what old King Cole has to say about the subject.
No, sorry about that, man. My kids are psychopaths and took
Oh, no,
forever to
believe
get
me,
them
I
to bed,
understand. I totally understand. So, what's if summate, what is an indie comic to you? What defines an indie?
I think just being published not through the mainstream. I guess I'd call anything not in a comic shop indie, probably.
Interesting.
Nothing too profound. So
Okay. Well, I disagree with that, but I've got to get going. I'm so sorry.
that's all right.
You're just wrong, but we're not going to talk about it.
You're wrong, but I'm not going to tell you why.
Not going to explain why, but
Yeah, and I must be a liberal. Hey, Cole King, real quick, where can people find you online?
Empty Stars on Kickstarter. You can message me there, or you can message me on X. It's pretty much the only 2 places I am.
Awesome, beautiful looking book. Can't wait for it to
Oh, thank you.
be real. Like
Well, sorry,
a
I
real
didn't-
boy.
I didn't want to just like show up, promote, and then the show's over. So I'm sorry. That seems very rude.
It's
Yeah, actually, I'm
all right,
jealous of
man.
your
We're-
strategy, Cole King. You
Yeah,
have
we're
to do
all,
that. next time.
professional. That's the most
Yeah.
professional thing that
Yeah.
could be done.
I don't even have
Right.
kids. I just sat and watched until it was almost over.
Exactly. It's called min-maxing your social presence.
Ah.
Got the people always asking
All
for
right.
more.
All right, guys. Well, have a good evening, and we'll see you all on the interwebs. And we're going to
Take
end
care.
this stream